to the show. This Saturday marks the beginning of a Lunar New Year. And today, my guests will be sharing the different ways they celebrate. To learn more about some traditional celebrations, food blogger Sonia Wong invited me to her home. And let me tell you, ooh, it was such a treat.
Mary, I'm so glad you're here to celebrate Lunar New Year with me.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. Your home is beautiful. What is that beautiful decoration on your front door?
That's a firecracker.
Oh!
So it's meant to ward off evil for the new year.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Yeah, so I want to invite you into my dining room so I can show you the rest.
Okay, let's do it. Amazing.
Come on.
Yeah. Gosh, this looks great. Well, shall we?
Want to have a seat?
I would love to have a seat. I'm so excited. Oh, it smells good. Oh, as soon as I sat down, things smell good.
Yeah, we made a platter of these treats called lingo, and it's basically a treat that's made out of brown sugar and glutinous rice flour.
Oh.
And it's customary to slice them up and pan fry them in a little bit of whisked egg, the way that I have done here. Not only is it called lingo, which sounds like year cake, but the word cake is a homophone for the word tall or high. That means you attain new heights year after year. So this is good for people who are in school. This is good for people who have careers, because you progress in your careers, and just growth in life in general.
All right, I'm gonna go in for this guy. Oh my gosh, beautiful. Come on, oh my gosh. Can I have the recipe for that?
Yeah,
okay,
it's actually really easy to make.
I need the recipe for that. This is gonna be, it's gonna be a new year every day.
Oh, New Year every day. I'm coming over.
Yeah. So, Sonia, what is the significance of this beautiful plate?
This is one of my favorite customs for Chinese New Year. It is called the togetherness box or togetherness tray, and it is set out in homes over the 2 weeks of New Year celebrations for visiting guests to welcome them with something sweet.
Oh, cool.
So today we're gonna put one together, and I want to tell you all about the different items.
Oh, I'm so excited about that. Okay, what do we, so we fill it with sweet treats?
Treats of all kinds.
Excellent.
So first we're gonna start with the most traditional few things.
Okay.
So this one is like a sugared lotus root.
Whoa.
Yeah, and the meaning behind this is because lotus root in Chinese is associated with abundance, because the word lotus root, 林藕, sounds like year have. So we want to have. Yes, so we want to fill some of that.
That's so cool.
In there. So that's pretty good.
Perfect.
And let's go to the next. See how they are like long rectangles?
Yeah.
And they're always shaped this way because it's meant to resemble a person from head to toe.
Yeah.
And so what they symbolize is growth for children and also good health from head to toe to all.
Oh, that's so cool.
We want some of that in your new year.
Right, we definitely want that. I love the like slight varying colors from the melon too. That's so pretty.
Okay, and this last candied item is lotus seeds, so the seeds inside the lotus. And the reason this is auspicious is because the word seed, ji, is also the same word for child or children. So they're associated with fertility and descendants and I guess like a strong lineage.
Oh, very cool. Oh my gosh, these are beautiful. Also, the sugariness on them is so like
pretty, right? Because it's shimmery and
it's a little, it looks snowy almost. Yeah. Okay, so we've got our sugared one.
So those are the super duper traditional. And then we also like things that are a little bit healthy too. It's not all candies. So the Chinese name for pistachio literally translates to happy nut, because of the way they look, right? Have you ever thought that?
Oh my gosh, it does kind of look like a happy
It's like a
face.
smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want happiness in the new year,
and you're good to go. Okay, which one should I put them in?
you can put them in maybe this one.
Nice, okay, cool.
Okay, well, since we're doing nuts, let's do peanuts as well. The Chinese name for peanut is fa sung, so sung is also the same character as child or life.
Oh, okay.
So they represent longevity and vitality.
Oh, these look fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, these look so good.
Okay, next let's talk about these seeds or toasted seeds.
Yeah.
And so remember when I mentioned before with the lotus seeds?
Yeah.
The word seed is associated with fertility,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And lineage and posterity.
Yeah.
So that's why we always have the seeds.
Nice.
And I'd like you to put that in the center.
Oh, in the center.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's a big one. Let's do that.
And so these ones come in the shells. The kids
Yeah.
are not going to be digging those ones.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to add some real candies. And these ones, they're only really around during New Year's.
Yeah.
And you can see that the words on them say Laisi, which is the lucky envelope.
Oh,
So
okay, cool.
These are very good to include. And actually, they're really yummy because they're strawberry flavored
Nice.
candies. Save some room for these guys.
Oh my gosh,
which
those are
I
my
know
favorite.
is your favorite.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
And like
Sonia.
everyone's favorite.
They're-
It's the beloved White Rabbit candies.
They're so good. They're almost like a vanilla milky Tootsie Roll toffee.
Yeah, that's a good way to
Yeah.
describe them. Very creamy.
Yeah.
And so there we have it. And you know, let's crown the whole thing with a little lucky mandarin orange and our togetherness box is done. Thanks so much for putting it together with me.
This has been so nice. Oh my gosh, Sonia, I feel like we really nailed this together.
Yes.
Perfect. Wait, how do we say Happy New Year?
恭喜發財.
Gon hei fat choy?
Yeah.
Gon hei fat choy. Kind of?
Same to you.
Yes, thank you so
恭喜發
much.
財.
Gon hei fat choy. Everyone, please welcome Sonia. Sonia, I'm so excited that you're here. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for inviting me into your home again and for being here today.
Oh, thank you for having me. It was such a pleasure to have you at my house. I was like in disbelief.
I met her whole family. Her mom and dad came. It was very exciting.
Mary Berg.
Yeah. All right, so today we are going to talk about hot pot, a super popular dish for any sort of celebration, but
Definitely.
also during Lunar New Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're an aficionado already, so you know that hot pot is not just a meal, it is a social event.
Yeah.
And the reason being because it always involves gathering a lot of people, like friends and family and colleagues sometimes, around a table full of food. And there's always a very convivial atmosphere and joyous atmosphere around the event. And so that's why it's so popular, especially the kind of energy that we want to start the new year with.
I like that. Honestly, it's like a choose your own adventure. Hot pot is so exciting and it's so delicious. So I know that setup is key. So first up, you want to talk about like the original setup here,
The
right?
OG, yeah. So I brought in this vintage hot pot from China. And of course, hot pot exists across different countries and cultures as well, right? But it dates way, way, way back to ancient Chinese times. And back then, I think this one came from the northern region in Mongolia, where it's said to have originated.
Yeah.
So this one, and actually, if you translate it directly, it's called fire pot.
Fire
Yeah,
pot.
the hot pot.
Okay,
fire
right on.
pot.
Yeah.
And the reason is being back then, there's no electricity, right?
Yeah.
So the heat source would be either fire or some kind of charcoal or something like that. And this style in particular would have the chimney for the smoke and then a moat-like situation here for the broth and then the cooking. So it's so cool.
That is beautiful. Now, if you don't want to have a little tiny fire in your house, though, you've got these versions, right?
So hot pot definitely has evolved.
Yeah.
So for the setup at home, you will often see this type of divided pot where you can have two different kinds of broth to dip your food.
Yeah.
But it's definitely not all like necessary.
Okay.
If you want to hot pot at home, you don't have a pot like this, just use like a heavy bottom pot or like a cast iron is really great for heat retention.
Yeah.
So that you can keep a nice boil going throughout the whole meal.
Nice.
And of course, we want to have some kind of heat source at the table.
Yeah.
So like a plug-in situation like this is great. Induction cooktop is amazing and so safe. So safe because children want to be part of it too, right? Like with some safety tips.
Totally.
They want to be part of it too. But even if you don't have those, we used to always hot pot with the camp-style butane burners.
That's real fun.
It's
So
okay.
you are having a fire
It's okay.
inside.
It's actually fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. With many years of practice, we've done
Nice.
that. And then. As far as setting up each guest, you want them to have a cooking utensil and a separate eating utensil.
Got it.
And a dipping bowl, because sauce is important. We're going to get to that in a bit.
Yet another reason I love hot pot.
Yeah,
the sauce.
so crucial.
Yeah.
And then I want to show you guys these strainers. These are hot pot strainers, and they're really, really useful for cooking more delicate foods. So like if you're having a piece of fish, and you can put it in the net and then submerge it. And then when it's done cooking, you lift it out, and there's no risk of it floating away into the depths.
You don't have to go fishing for the fish.
Exactly.
Yeah, you've already got it on the line.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And then, it also doesn't break apart, right?
Totally.
So these are very useful, and you can get like a set of these online or at a Chinese grocery store.
Nice. All right, so now
Lots
we're
of
going
hardware.
to talk about kind of the food, but first let's start with the broth.
Yeah.
So we've got in this side a spicy broth. You can see
I can
it.
smell it.
Yeah.
I can smell it.
We're getting hot pot facials
We
right
are.
now. Yeah.
We smell good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when you have a divided pot, then typically you would have one side with a spicy pot, which is very, very popular.
Yeah.
And then one side with a more neutral tasting broth.
Okay.
Because you gotta like balance it out.
Totally.
So here we just have some like simple vegetable broth.
Yeah.
To start, and you can use chicken broth or other broth. And then let's throw in some white onions for some aromatic.
It's almost like you're making like broth or stock at the table, kind of.
Yeah. You're giving a little head start to get some flavor.
Yeah, totally.
And then we want scallions, love scallions.
Beautiful.
And then those are turnips.
Ooh.
How do you feel about turnips?
Listen, I love a turnip.
I do too.
People don't eat turnips enough, and
I agree.
we should bring turnips back.
Yeah,
they're delish.
Okay, starting from this pot.
Yeah,
right? And then we'll toss in a few shiitakes.
Beautiful.
And then that's it. Like, that's all you really need
Yeah.
to start to have a really flavorful broth.
Beautiful.
And that's only going to get better and better over the course of the meal.
That's the thing. Patience is a virtue when it comes to hot pot, because
Yeah,
the
and
longer
drinking.
you wait, the more delicious. Now,
right.
let's talk about some of the things that you would normally put in your setup for your hot pot, like the food and
Yeah,
everything.
so hot pot is synonymous with variety and feasting.
Yeah.
So with people like us, like if you're a pescatarian, I'm an omnivore.
Yeah.
We can very happily share a hot pot meal together because there's so many different options. So, I mean, for omnivores, the thinly sliced meats are very key. You can get those already thinly sliced from the grocery store, the Chinese grocery stores, in the frozen section.
Nice. And there's nothing more welcoming than a giant pile of meat for an omnivore coming to your house.
That's right. Yeah, they really do love it.
Yeah.
And you can have like beef, chicken, lamb, anything like that.
Yeah.
And if you can't access that, of course, you can cut it yourself. But like a pro tip is just stick the meat into the freezer for a little while so that it firms up a bit, and you can really get thin slices that way.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So next, we want seafood, lots of seafood. So we've got fresh fish, shrimp, mussels. I love scallops as well. Anything like that. They're fairly quick cooking, so great for hot pot.
Yeah.
Fish balls. I know you love fish balls. Me too. I love fish balls.
The name is interesting.
Yeah, not necessarily appealing.
No, but oh boy, fish balls are so good.
They are. They actually come in so many varieties too. Like you have deep fried ones, plain ones with shrimp, ones with cuttlefish.
Yeah.
And even ones with like a little roe inside.
Oh, that's a fancy fish ball. Yeah.
So many good ones.
Yeah.
And I see we have beef balls as well, which is crucial for some people as well.
Yeah.
And then tofu and tofu things I love as well. I can eat like that and more, like times 5 on
100%.
myself. And there's also tofu puffs, and then these little guys are bean curd sheets, or yuba, also called. Yeah, and those guys are really great because they suck up all the flavor in the broth. Yeah.
I love that.
What else? And then vegetables. I love leafy vegetables. You have to have leafy vegetables in any Chinese meal. And I personally really like Napa cabbage, and also watercress is another good one. So healthy too.
So good.
Yeah. And then mushrooms, of course. We got shiitakes here, enoki, but again, like any variety of mushrooms you enjoy, go for it.
And then we've also got some noodles here.
Yeah, so for the finishing move, you always want to have some kind of, these are bean thread noodles, this is ramen noodle, but you can also have like udon, anything like that. And frozen dumplings are good things to enjoy at the end with that tasty broth.
Ooh. Cooking up some hot pot. I am so excited. And this is something that families do around any sort of celebration time, but Lunar New Year is one of those times for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So our hot pot is cooking up.
Oh yeah, it's simmering.
Yeah, it's simmering. We got some fish balls in there. We got some tofu going on. We're sticking with the more neutral just in case this is very spicy, but we're gonna be good. Now, one of my favorite things about hot pot is the sauces. It is such a thing. So do you want to come over here and talk about the sauces?
Yeah, I can't even overstate how crucial the sauce is for the whole hot pot experience.
Yeah.
And people feel feelings about their sauce. Like they have their secret recipe that they've fine-tuned and perfected over years. But Actually, don't let it intimidate you because your sauce is your sauce.
Yeah.
It's really like a personal preference. And I feel like you can just blindfold yourself and add like 10 different things and it's still gonna be really yummy no matter what.
If you start with everything delicious, you're gonna end up with something delicious. Yeah.
So with my version, I always love to start with something creamy, either a peanut butter or this is a Chinese sesame paste.
Oh.
Yeah, it adds a little thickness to it and some body to the sauce as well.
That's the thing. It's gonna like make this like creamy dreaminess.
Yeah, and it's also pretty great as a balance, as a counter to the spicy broth.
Nice. A little toasty.
So we add that, and then because we're not marinating or seasoning the food on the table, so you want something salty, right? So a bit soy sauce is important.
Perfect. Now this is where I go. I always make too much sauce because I get really excited about the sauce, and I just add so much in there. You are doing an appropriate amount of sauce. I will do enough sauce for everyone.
You can go back for seconds and thirds as well.
Yeah.
I added some spicy situation from here because
Okay, cool.
I like spicy.
I do like spicy too. Okay, little texture.
Too much. And then there's some sesame oil. Can I?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. I love sesame oil.
Oh my gosh. Again, the toasty. It's the layers of different flavor. You've got the nutty, you've got the salty, you've got the spicy.
And then do you want some minced garlic?
Of course I want minced garlic, yes.
Yeah. And then for freshness, some scallions, or if you're into cilantro, that's really popular with others.
Now, a little bird tells me, you don't like cilantro.
I'm not a cilantro girly.
Interesting.
I know, it's my shame, actually. As a foodie, I feel like it's like my one big shame.
Yeah.
I just can't.
You know,
can't
it's
do
not
it.
for everybody. Don't yuck someone else's yum. It's all good. We're all good.
Yeah, I'm happy for you to enjoy your cilantro.
Now, what is this kind of mixture?
This is the sa cha sauce. So people call it a Chinese barbecue sauce, but what it is some oil with minced garlic and shallots, and then some kind of dried fish or dried shrimp is in there.
Oh, okay.
So it has tons of flavor and tons of umami, and I really feel like it's not a hot pot sauce until there's a little bit of sa cha in there.
This smells like the secret ingredient. This is like, it smells so good. Okay, I'm gonna throw some in there, give that a whisk out.
And then, that's good, right? That's a good sauce.
This is a good looking sauce. You know what? I'm going in with a little more soy though.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm mixing her up. Oh my gosh, this looks so
smell
good.
it. Oh my God. So good.
This is the thing, if you go to a hot pot restaurant, there's like a little buffet of all the different sauces.
It's
and you get to make
insane the number of options that there can be.
It's wild.
Yeah.
It feels like a full buffet, but just sauce.
Just sauce.
Yeah. All right, so we've got our sauces all done, looking good.
Good. And this is boiling.
No, wait, before we get into here, this is hot.
It is.
We got to talk about something that's going to cool us down real quick, right?
Yeah, we should.
Okay,
we definitely should.
Over here, you say that with this hot meal, we want to balance out with something cool to drink.
Exactly, because in traditional Chinese medicine, there's a whole concept about the internal balance of yin and yang, yin being cold and yang being hot, right? And hot pot is considered hot.
Yes.
Yeah. Obviously.
Yeah.
But that's why you want to counter that with the cool drinks. And there are different options, but I brought two different kinds here. One is like a sweetened Chinese herbal tea. In Chinese, is literally called leung cha, so cooling tea.
Oh, nice.
And then this other one is, I really want to get your opinion.
This is your favorite? Oh, I'm excited. Okay, what is this one?
This is it's called sour plum juice, but it's actually kind of smoky, and it's definitely sweet.
Okay, cool.
Well.
Let's give it a go. Oh, that's a nice little treat. Oh, that is good.
All right.
That's tasty.
I can drink gallons.
Yeah, I'm keeping that one for sure. That is definitely gonna be cooling me off after this hot little pot. All right, so we've got our hot pot going, and this is the point where if we wanted to, we could throw in a little bit of greens.
Sure.
Okay. Because again, like you said, but don't
greens.
cover up the whole thing with greens.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and then
see what you're doing in there.
how do we serve ourselves?
So you can either use a net or the chopsticks, the serving chopsticks. I'm gonna go in with my net because I don't want to drop a fish ball on the studio floor.
Smart, yeah. Now one of those little
and a puff guy.
tofu puffs. Maybe a little bit of that. I use these guys to grab my greens, right?
You can, yeah, exactly.
Okay. This is the thing, you don't cross-contaminate with your eating chopsticks versus your non.
One.
Okay.
You're going for a balanced meal in there.
I am, I'm getting some vegetables in. I'm feeling good about it. Now, Sonia, any final tips before you dig in and enjoy this beautiful meal?
So one tip is definitely try to avoid big dangly sleeves or fancy ribbons and things like that, because that's gonna end up in the pot or in your sauce.
So I wore the wrong outfit today.
No, this is short, so it's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the other thing is watch the scalding food, because don't go straight from the pot into your mouth. You really just want to like park it like we've done right now. Just let it cool for a second, especially with some of the more absorbent foods. Like these guys are dangerous.
Yes.
Yeah. They can harbor pockets of scalding
Of lava,
liquid.
yeah.
Yeah. You've learned. I know that you've learned.
I have before gone for hot pot. As soon as it comes out of there, I think it's going to be cool enough, and I had the worst burn in my mouth I've ever gotten. So take your time.
Yeah.
It's an experience.
Yes,
it's dinner and a show.
And it should be like leisurely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, Sonia. This is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure.
And sharing all this info and this deliciousness. Now, if you're looking to work up an appetite before digging into your very own hot pot, thanks to our friends at Lego Group, you're all getting the Auspicious Dragon, part of the Spring Festival Collectibles, and perfect for the whole family to help bring in the Year of the Dragon. Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.